Hello and welcome in this video. I'm Angelos and today I'd like to share with you some fantastic and extremely good tactics from this marathon, I can say, Magnus Carlsen Invitational. He invited the best players in the world in order to play an online tournament. And they had a lot of rounds. So this is the game between Dean and Nakamura, and in this particular position it was from Armageddon game, and probably the best is to capture here on d8, rook takes d8, king d2, something like king g2, something like that, in order to free his king, and the position is approximately equal. However, Dean here played this move king g2 immediately. Can you punish Dean as Nakamura did in his game? It's black's turn. Pause the video and try to think. And the best move here is b5, attacking the queen. Queen cannot go extremely far away because the rook on d5 is hanging. For that reason he played queen d3, and after queen b7 it found extremely difficult to do anything about this deadly pin in this diagonal. And for example, he resigned here, didn't resign, but for example if he plays something like that, rook d2, then Naka can continue with rook e5, and you can see that the pin is deadly and black will going to win the rook on d5. Now we can see another game, and in this particular position MVL with white pieces played f4 against Caruana. And here's a normal and sensitive move, a normal and good move, because white is threatening to capture here on g5, something like that, and Caruana capture and Basan. E takes f3, a difficult move, but he captured. And now this black have a tactical problem here. This move has a tactical problem. Can you spot it? And the problem is that this diagonal, b1 h7 diagonal, is open now, and after this unexpected check on f8, king has to go on g6, and now MVL played this move, bishop d3 check. Caruana was forced to block this check with a bishop f5, but after that bishop takes f5, king takes f5, and queen can capture on c8 with check, king g6, and now both of minor pieces on e2 and b4 are under attack. But he played a very strong move. MVL played this very strong move, knight g3, and MVL is one of the best players in the world in tactics. He played tactics extremely well. Knight g3 and queen takes b4, and after that he delivered check on f5, king has to go on g7, and another strong move on g5 check, removing the defender. The king has to go away, and now MVL captured the knight. Caruana did a check on e1, but MVL was just in time to block this check successfully. The knight protects the kings and similarly protects this extremely important pawn on e5. And the bad news for black is that he cannot give a check on f2 because the queen covers this f2 square. For that reason MVL win this game. Now we can see another game, MVL against Nakamura, and here black played a terrible move. Can you? No, I'll tell you the move. He captured on d6, and I'm asking you why this is very bad. And this is bad because after this exchange the king has to go away, of course, knight f6 check, king d8, king b4, protect the pawn and everything else. And after king c8, now it's white's turn, and he calmly plays this move h4. And now it's extremely difficult for black to move himself because the king cannot go anywhere. The knight protects all the squares here. The pawn protects e7. He cannot move any of the pawns because white can capture this pawn. And for example, if you go somewhere with the rook, then white can start pushing the pawns. Now he's threatening to give a check on f7, advance the king, advance the other pawn, and the position is totally winning for white. After this extremely big mistake capturing here on d6, Nakamura was forced to resign after some moves. Now we are going to the most interesting part. Dean played with white pieces against Carlsen, and now we see a Sicilian e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. This is the Rossolimo system, and we have a lot of good moves here. And one of them, one we didn't see it before actually, it's the move h5, a shocking move. The world chess champion played with the black pieces and he chose this move h5. What is this? And it's extremely difficult to explain it because he didn't play in the center. Probably he would like to confuse white or try to create an attack on the king side, or this was a secret idea from his second Dubov. I'm not totally sure, but this move is not good. You should not take it as an example and never played it in a real game. And then afraid a little bit of Carlsen, and he played this move h3, e6, c3, knight f6, e5, attacking the knight, knight d5, d4, and everything is very normal in the center, right? Everything is clearly normal, but what is this move h5? Why this pawn is here? It's not clear. And now c takes d4, and then played the very strong move here, castling. And why this is very strong? Because black didn't develop himself, he's still in the center, and for that reason didn't sacrifice a pawn in order to open lines and exploit this delay on development. So d takes c3, knight takes c3, knight takes c3, b takes c3, everything is normal, queen c7, attacking the pawn on e4, rook e1, everything is normal, b6, and now it's time for Dean to start deliver threats because he has better development. Knight g5, bishop b7, and queen f3. And he's threatening a check on f7, like a scholar boy, like a small kid. He tried to create this checkmate in 4 moves to checkmate on f7. This is a good strategy because he creates a threat. Knight takes c5, protecting the pawn, attacking the queen. So he played queen f4, pinning this knight. This knight cannot move now because the queen is unprotected, and similarly he is threatening to capture on f7, because after that knight will be forced to capture here and we can capture the queen. So bishop d6 is very normal. And now Dean came up with a brilliant and very strong move. Can you spot it? It's white's turn. Please pause the video and try to think. Rook takes d5, rook takes c5, removing a defender, bishop takes c5, and queen takes f7 check. King d8, bishop a3. He doesn't care about this pawn on c3, he don't like to protect it, he would like to complete the development and create threats. a6, attacking the rook, and now we have another very strong blow from white side. He played rook d1, and black cannot capture here on b5 because after that we can deliver a double attack on e6, attacking the king and queen. King has to go away and we can capture the queen. Rook can capture on a3, but then we can capture on b5, attacking this d7, attacking the rook, and white is just winning here. So let's go back. He played the king c8, the normal move. Rook takes d7, bishop h2 check, king h1, a takes b5, rook takes c7, and now he captures the queen, and he is attacking the king, and Carlsen sacrificed his queen in order to stabilize a little bit his defense and his position. Bishop takes e7, knight takes e6. White is threatening checkmate on c7, for that reason he played bishop e5, and now Dean came up with another very strong move, bishop f8. And if black does nothing, then white can deliver checkmate on e8. And he played bishop c6, he captured here on g7, he is attacking the rook and the bishop, and if bishop capture on g7, then white can create this checkmate on c7. For that reason he played bishop d6, rook takes h8, and everything is over for black. He captured on a2, but didn't finish off the game very smoothly. He played this queen g8 check, king d7, and now you are calling to find the last move. Can you find it? It's white's turn. And he delivered a check on f8. Black can capture this knight, but the rook on a2 is unprotected, and for that reason white won the game. And now we can see another game, Carlsen with white, Dean with black, e4, e4, e5, f4, and the king's gambit. And this is not very good opening to try it in real games. If you are amateur or below 500 elo points, then you can play it. But if you would like to study serious chess and improve yourself, then you should not play it. And after e takes f4, as Kramnik used to say, black have a healthy pawn up. Knight f3, knight f6, e5, knight h5, and it's extremely difficult now for white to do anything about this structure here, to create any threats to open up the king side, because this pawn is very strong. Similarly, it's difficult for white to capture this pawn because the knight is protecting this f4 pawn. It's not the best position for the knight, but he controls everything there. Queen e2, bishop e7, d4, short castling, and black continues his development very normally, but we cannot say the same for white pieces. He is a pawn down, the f4 is annoying pawn to have it here, and he played knight c3 development, d6, bishop d2, bishop g4, pinning the knight and putting more pressure in white's center, because this knight is pinned, this pawn is not protected very well anymore. Long castling, knight d7, queen in e1 in order to protect the center, c6, bishop e2, rook e8, and you can see how easily black can find normal moves because he has a normal position. But we cannot say the same for white pieces. They are squeezed here because thanks to this powerful pawn, this powerful and extra pawn. So g3 try to eliminate this pawn, and now we have d takes e5, the party start up, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5 and f3. A very strong move, keeping alive this pawn and attacking the bishop. Bishop d3, and now he is threatening to play something like that to win the exchange, f2 and capture the exchange, but he tried to do it even more powerful, because he played the queen in the center of the board, and now he would like to protect this pawn, to play it on f2 and attack the queen and the rook. So he played queen e4 in order to eliminate this powerful queen. Queen takes e4, knight takes e4, f2, attacking the rook, rook d f1, and bishop f3. And unfortunately now we can see that the other rook is under attack. We are attacking the rook, and it doesn't have any good square. He cannot go on g1 because the pawn is there. So g4, he is trying to complicate things, and this is an extremely important moment because black player can lose the control here. Because if you just capture the rook, then white can capture the knight and complicate the position and escape. White can escape here. But Ding calculated very well, and he played this powerful move, bishop h4. And the point is that after g takes h5, yes, white capture a knight there, but black recapture here on e5, and now we have white have a knight, an extra knight, but black have two extra pawns. This pawn on h5 is unprotected and under attack. We are attacking the rook similarly. We are going to capture the exchange, and black keep the initiative. This was an extremely important moment, and black played very well, and now he has a winning position. He played knight g3 and rook a e8. And now he cannot capture here on f2 because we can capture the rook, knight takes f1, bishop takes f2, and white lost all of his pieces. So he played bishop c3 to attack the rook, but now came another check on g5, king b1, and bishop takes h1. Bishop takes h1. It's time to liquidate the position. Bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, and here white resigned because he cannot do anything. For example, if he captures here on f2, then black can deliver checkmate on e1. If he plays something like that, c3 to create an escape square for the king, then we can deliver another check on e1, king c2, and now, for example, we can play bishop f3. We are threatening to go on d1 to deliver this check, and the position is totally very, very bad for white. For example, if he captures this pawn, then we can deliver checkmate in two moves, bishop d1 check, king b1, and after that we can deliver this checkmate with bishop b3, right? So black won the game. And now I'd like to share with you this final position, and here Black is under check, the game is Nepomniachtchi against Firuzia, and Firuzia should play this move king d7, and after queen c1 white is in top. He had a little better position, a small advantage, but nothing is clear. But after king e6 this is a fatal mistake, because after queen c1 the queen is under attack, queen e2, and now white is winning. Can you find the winning continuation? It's white's turn. And white is winning with this move queen c6 check. King takes e5, queen e8 stewing, the queen has to go away, and after that we can capture the queen and white is winning. I hope you enjoy this video. Please click the thumbs up button, share this video with your friends, and you are very welcome to download the free ebook. You can find the link below in the description. All the best.